Alright guys, tomorrow my two GTX 1080s come for SLIing, and I'm going to walk you guys through a quick video of how you should prepare your PC the day or two before new graphics cards come in.
Stretch it out and
you gotta
use
stretch it out and
some lube.
And lube it up, right? Stretch it out and lube it up. But in truth, the real first thing you should do that won't break your computer is everyone accumulates dust on their computer, so you should really take out any air filters that accumulate a lot of dust and wash them off if they're washable filters, or if they're not, just try to dust them off a little bit. So I got my main one in the front off and washed, and I got the one down here washed, because those are the ones that accumulate the most dust for me. The next thing you should make sure is that the power is off. Probably even unplug your power supply so you don't electrocute yourself for no reason. And then...
Or if you had a good reason, that's okay too.
Right, yeah. But don't electrocute yourself. We don't approve of that on this channel.
We don't.
So I'm going to take off the top and the front panel, if it wants to come off, which it doesn't seem to want to. Alright. This case is the Corsair D900. It's their Ultra Tower. I'm also going to take off the back because I'm going to wire some of the fans through the back. So basically what I had to do was I had the two Titan X's in SLI, and I had the radiators, one here and one here. And the fans on the bottom over here bring in cold air, and everything on the top here was sucking out the cold air, so it was like cold in from the bottom and cold in from the front, and then the hot air through the top. I'm going to do similar to that. So basically what I have to do now is plug in get the fans remounted and plug them in. So I have two of the similar fans. These are almost all Corsair 120. These are all 120 airflow LED, blue LED fans. These are actually static pressure ones because I had to use them to push the air through the the radiators for the GTX 1080. So I'm actually going to stick with the static ones even though they're a little bit louder. I just don't have any other extra airflow ones around, and it really doesn't make a huge difference. So one thing when you're mounting fans is you want to make sure, obviously, that you're pushing the air in the right direction, or the direction that you want. But the other thing you want to do is make sure you put the wire, either run it around or run it through the back, and have it in the location that's going to be easiest to put it through the grommets or put it through the back side of the case. So I'm going to plug this first fan in over here. And I'm going to want to plug the fan in. There's a little fan one here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's in there. So I'm probably going to... I'm not sure exactly how I want to get this, but maybe like this would be the best possibility. Right in this spot, and then reaching into there. I could always tighten the wires if I have to. But I'm going to put this fan, so I want to make sure everything's in the right direction. So blue would be pushing out. So I'm going to have blue pushing out here. So let me screw these in. You screw in fans from the outside. Little grommets here already to get them screwed in tight. These are rubber ones here actually, which make it a little bit sound dampening, which is obviously helpful. You want to keep these as quiet as possible. I of course can't do this at all. You want to do you want to do opposite corners, and you don't want to tighten it all the way until you have them all placed to make sure that they're not tightened to the point where you're going to break the back of it off. That's basically nearly impossible to do, but still worth noting. Alright, so it's two of them. I'll tighten the top one out after I put this corner on. Maybe tighten this one out. Seems pretty sturdy. The last screw goes in over here. I mean, you normally would want airflow fans here because they are a little bit quieter and they do push the air a little bit better, but static pressure fans are used to get air through these like tough grates over here because I still have my H150 on my, what is it, the 6950 Haswell E-card, so this other one's going to be a little bit trickier because I'm going to want to loop this fan cable probably right here, and then I'll come back around through this grommet just to keep the wires nice and organized. It's always harder. Just make sure the fans are in the right direction. I can't tell you how many times I've thought I finished my build and I put the fans in the wrong direction or some annoying thing. Remember, don't tighten them too much yet. Wait till you get the opposite corners in. And that's why I open the back, because I want to run this wire. It's better if it goes through this hole right up here and not through anywhere else. Keep it nice and clean. I ordered next day shipping on these GTX 1080s, and of course next day meant Tuesday when I ordered them on Friday. It's kind of sucked. I was hoping to be able to benchmark them and all this weekend, but FedEx had other plans for me. There. I'll also be careful not to strip your screws. I know it's like the easiest thing ever to do, but you're always going to be better off not stripping screws. Okay. I'll put this all nicely later on, but for now I'm just going to try to get it in to test to make sure everything's flowing in the right direction. Because there is the chance that I did not get them in the right direction. Let me grab a flashlight quick so I can see that last that last fan pin. These are so hard to get to. If I wasn't so lazy, I could just take the ram out. Fight it though. Fight the urge to be productive. That one's in, and like I said, I'm going to clean these wires up later. Back off, just so we can do it. Do this like this. Okay. I'm going to plug this back in, see if everything... The computer's not going to boot up right now because the 5960X does not have a built-in HDMI or any video out, so you actually need a graphics card to run these. Alright, looks like I have some power. The best way to test to see if you put your fans in the right way is to put a piece of tissue or something on top to see if it blows off or not. So let's see what we got. They're at least powering on. They feel like they're blowing in the right direction. Just going to grab a tissue. And then I'll be able to put this back together. Yep. And yep, perfect. Alright guys, so tomorrow I'm going to do unboxing of the GTX 1080s. Installation, I don't have the HB SLI connector yet, so I'm going to have to wait on doing those tests, but I'll still do benchmarks for a regular SLI bridge, and then we'll be able to compare later on. But yeah, dusting is good. There's still a little bit of dust I might clean off, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So like and subscribe and follow if you like this type of stuff, or don't if you're a jerk.
And make sure that tissue blows.
Yes, make sure the tissue blows. That's the key. That's the key to all this.
Blowing.
And cut.